Hello all my friends, welcome back to my PHP tutorial series. In my previous tutorial I have shown how to run PHP program using the XAMPP software. I have also shown how to install the Visual Studio Code editor so that we can write PHP program. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to actually write PHP code, the syntax of PHP and also the code structure. So let's get started. You should have already known that we'll have to put or write our PHP code or PHP file inside the htdocs folder. The htdocs folder should be located on the drive where you have installed the XAMPP software. In this case, I have installed it in the C drive. So let's open C drive. And inside C drive, there should be a folder called XAMPP. And inside XAMPP, we can find the htdocs. So we'll have to put our PHP projects here in this particular folder. So let's create a new project. Let's name it tutorial. You can give any name here, what you want, tutorial. Now let's open this project or folder using the Visual Studio Code editor. So open folder. XAMPP htdocs, and the name of the project is tutorial. So in this tutorial folder, let's create our first PHP file. Let's name it first. And the PHP file, all your PHP files should have the extension .php. So you must put the extension PHP, otherwise the code will not work. So we have created the PHP file. Now let's write the code. So you should have already known that when we write HTML, we'll have to put the HTML code inside some text. Like HTML, we'll have to put our PHP code inside a special tag. So the tag looks like this. So this is the opening tag. So this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So this is the opening and this is the closing tag. Our code need to be put inside this, between these two tags. So let's write our first line of code. We love PHP. Now here you see the echo statement. What this echo does is that it displays the text inside the quotation. So you'll have to put the text inside double quotation or single quotation. So this echo statement shows or displays this text into the browser. Now let's save it. And now we can check the output inside our browser. So we'll have to write localhost and then the name of the folder, tutorial. So the name of the folder, you can get it from here. This is the folder name, tutorial. And then click enter. So here is our file first.php. Let's click on it. There you go. You see the output here. We love PHP, the text that is written here. So this echo statement is displaying we love PHP text inside the browser. Now if you check using the inspector tool of the browser, here you see there are some HTML codes. There are now PHP code here. We love PHP is inside the body. So this is how it works. Whenever we put the address in the address bar, browser address bar, and press enter, it sends a HTTP request to the local server we have installed in our PC, and then the local server processes the PHP code, but it sends back the HTML documents to the browser. Because browser don't understand PHP and PHP code cannot be executed on the browser. Now let's write another line of code here. Echo PHP is great for beginners. Click save. Now you see there is an error. So the the code editor is warning us. It is saying there is an error. Let's check it in the browser. So let's refresh. Now you see here there is an error and it is saying expecting or semicolon. So when you write multiple lines of code, you must put a semicolon at the end of each line. Otherwise we will get error and the code will not be executed. Now if we check again, the error is gone. So you see the output here. We'll have PHP and then PHP is great for beginners. You can see the 2 lines. Now instead of first.php, let's rename this to index.php. Now here on the browser address bar, let's remove the first.php and let's just put the folder name. And you see we don't need to provide the first.php. It takes the index.php automatically. So when you put index.php, you don't need to specify the name here. It takes the index.php automatically as the main page. Now we can also put HTML code inside this PHP file. The PHP programming language is very popular because of this. You can put both HTML and PHP code together. This system or these things make the development process much easier. So let's see an example. Let's remove this code for now and let's put the HTML5 boilerplate code. You can do it with the shortcut in VS Code. Now let's change the title quickly. Let's write it PHP tutorial, and here inside the body let's put a h1 tag, and inside h1 tag let's write welcome to PHP tutorials. Now let's see the output in the browser. Let's refresh it. So we can see it here, welcome to PHP tutorials. So it is a h1 tag and that is why it is showing as a title. Now instead of text, instead of hard coding this text, let's put a PHP code here and let's display this text using the PHP code. So so display something, we'll have to, first of all we'll have to use the PHP tag as we are writing some PHP code. So whenever you write any PHP code, you will have to use the PHP tag. So let's put the PHP tag first and then let's write the PHP code. So to display anything, we'll have to put the equal statement. We'll have to write the equal statement and then the quotation. And here let's put the text, welcome to PHP tutorials. Now let's see the output in the browser. So it is same, but this time we are outputting or we are displaying this text using a PHP code. So that's how you can embed the PHP code inside the HTML. We can also put or write HTML tag inside the PHP code. So let's see an example of it. Let's start the PHP tag first and let's end the PHP tag. Now let's write the equal statement again to display the PHP tag, the HTML tag. So we'll have to put quotation, and inside quotation let's put h2, and here let's write PHP is fun. Let's save it and we can now check the output in the browser. So there you go. We can see the output here, the PHP is fun text. I think that's it for this tutorial. I hope you have understood clearly the basic syntax of PHP programming language, and also you have understood how to embed or how to put together both HTML and PHP code. In my next tutorial, I'm going to discuss about PHP variables. Please, if you have enjoyed the tutorial, please hit the like button, and also if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.